Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Phins News. Today, we're going to be discussing the continued Miami Dolphins head coaching search for the upcoming 2022 NFL season. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it, shall we? So I've been on social media the last couple days and on the different YouTube platforms, really just trying to get a gauge of our fan base and what fans want to see happen for our new head coach, because we can all agree, for the most part, no one expected Brian Flores to be gone. So for him to be gone, and now we're going through this coaching search again, it seems like we have it every 3 to 4 years. We're just hoping finally our organization get it right. But a lot of our fan base is kind of split. Some of the fan base wants to see a new up and coming head coach, like an offensive genius. Even though they're the first time head coach, and we've had plenty of those over recent years and recent memories, and none of them seem to pan out. So that's kind of concerning to me. That's why I'm on the side of a proven coach. But either way, you're not right or wrong. It's just your philosophy on the matter. I just think it's time for us to go out and get a proven commodity. And the thing that's just concerning to me about how they're going through the process is we really don't see any veteran coaches interviewing for the Dolphins job. And I don't know if that's based on our front office not reaching out to them. I don't know if that's based on proven coaches don't want to coach in Miami for whatever reason. Some people will say Tua, our quarterback. Some people will say it's because the organization is trying to push Tua down their throat. But that's all hearsay. I mean, that's all rumors right now. We don't really know what they're doing, but we do know who they're going after right now. There is a list of about 7 coaches that have interviews. And we had a busy week. Starting on Sunday, we interviewed Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Of course, you guys know that. And then we also interviewed the defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, for the job. Leslie Frazier has some experience as a head coach, so that's not a bad hire. The only problem or backlash I have with Leslie Frazier is he's a defensive-minded coach. So we got rid of arguably one of the best defensive-minded coaches in order to. I'm not no disrespect to Leslie Frazier, he's a great coach, but a lot of us would agree that Brian Flores is more of a genius on the defensive side of the ball than a Leslie Frazier, in my opinion. So to get rid of a Brian Flores, I know he had issues with the organization that's been coming out, or Tua, him and Tua fighting or beefing. He was still an upgrade, I believe, over Leslie Frazier. So why, if we're going to get rid of someone, we have to upgrade that position. We can't fire someone and then regress in that position. That's just it's blasphemy. It sets our franchise back another 5-10 years, and that's all we've seemed to been doing for the last 20 plus years, and something has to change. That's why, as a fan and a guy that makes content on YouTube, I will hope and pray that they can finally get this right as far as the head coach. Everyone thought they had a good one. He couldn't really get along with the Dolphins organization or where they see themselves going. So unfortunately, they had to part ways. But this is the time to go and get a proven guy, a guy that's gonna bring juice back into this franchise and build a great staff, get these players coached up well, and get the most out of each and every one of the players, no matter who is playing at what position. I know everyone, the back and forth is Tua, or what are they going to do at quarterback, but we just need a coach that can bring in a good staff and get the most out of each and every one of the players in each position, instead of just focusing on one. I mean, you know how I feel about Tua already. I'm not going to keep beating that drum. I mean, I will make videos regarding Tua in the offseason, but as of right now, the most important thing is getting our head coach, because we need to get a head coach before the Senior Bowl. We have to build a staff so we can see what players are we going to pick in the draft, or what players we like on our prospect list. If we don't have a coach before then, it could cause all kinds of problems, as far as we don't even know what coach we have and what kind of players he needs. So what are we going to be really scouting for at the Senior Bowl? So, and that's coming up in a few weeks. So I hope they get on it. But like I said, they did have a busy. This week was really busy with coaches. I already previously Dable and Frazier were on Sunday. They interviewed. We actually interviewed Mike McDaniel, the offensive coordinator for the 49ers. I've been hearing a lot of good things from him. He's an offensive genius. The only thing I would say about him is he'll be a first time head coach. Can he build a staff? We've seen the Miami Dolphins coaches in the recent years could not build a great staff, and it hinders these players. So even though Mike McDaniel's high up on my list as far as head coaching, I just feel like he might be still too young. He might need a few years to develop it as a coach. In order to bring him in, I think he's about 3 years away, 2 to 3 years away. But hey, if the Dolphins decide to go with him, I'm not going to be mad about it. Like I said, though, I just wanted a coach that has been there, done that, not another rookie head coach that we don't even know if he can make a staff or not. But Kyle Shanahan has nothing but high praises for him. Kyle Shanahan said that Mike McDaniel pretty much he develops that offense, even though Kyle Shanahan is a offensive genius as well. They say they sit in a room and he develops the plays for the upcoming week. So that's pretty impressive. He's a play developer. And if you looked at if you've watched the 49ers play this year, they are real tricky on offense. They have great play design. So hey, he might be a winner and if he came to South Florida, but we'll see, right? And then we also have Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore. They were actually interviewing today. So, again, Dan Quinn's, he's intriguing. The only reason he is intriguing is he's built a staff before. He actually had Kyle Shanahan on his Falcon staff. And you know what happened then. That was the year they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots when they were up 28-3. So he's been there, done that. I like Dan Quinn. He's a defensive-minded guy, but you know he can make a staff capable of leading a team to the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't be mad at Dan Quinn at all. He's not at the top of my list, but he is a proven coach, so you got to respect that. As far as Kellen Moore goes, I just feel he is probably too young as well, just like a Mike McDaniel. If I had to choose between a Mike McDaniel and Kellen Moore, I would probably go with the Mike McDaniel just because he's the play developer for the 49ers, and their plays are pretty they're consistent, they're good. They're strong in the running game, so that's something that Miami would need to help Tua if they were to keep him. They have to build a strong running game, and Mike McDaniel obviously knows how to get the most out of the running game. So I would probably put him at the top of my list as far as new coaches go, is Mike McDaniel or Brian Dable. It would be 1 and 1A. But Brian Dable has been here before. He's been in Miami. Their offense wasn't that great when Brian Dable was here. And I mean, yes, he helped develop Josh Allen, but I mean, that's the only guy he helped develop. When Ryan Tannehill was here with them, I mean, he didn't really develop Ryan Tannehill, right? Ryan Tannehill didn't get better until he left Miami. So I just don't. I mean, even though I know he's improved as a coach since he's been in Buffalo, but he would be my 1A. I think Mike McDaniel would be 1, and Brian Dable would be 1A as far as new head coaches. The thing that is worrisome for me. Oh, and there's one more coach that is going to actually interview. I haven't really talked to him about him that much because I wasn't aware he was going to get an interview. It actually just happened this week. It's going to be the Rams running backs coach. His name's Thomas Brown, and that's going to be tomorrow. Him and Vance Joseph are actually getting interviewed the same day. And Vance Joseph, I'm not going to spend too much time on him. He was here with the Dolphins organization when Adam Gase was here. He's good. He's a good coach. He was a great defensive coach for us for I believe he was only the defensive coordinator for 1 year, and then he got the Broncos head coaching position. So he left. But our defense was pretty solid, but still, Vance Joseph is a solid defensive-minded coach, but Brian Flores is better, so it's like we were downgrading, not upgrading. And you always want to upgrade if you're changing a position. I wouldn't want Tua to get traded to a team for someone that was worse than him in the NFL. We're always trying to upgrade, right, guys? We're trying to upgrade to get better each and every year. So we have to go out and either get a offensive-minded genius, a proven coach that's been to Super Bowls. That's why, like I said, I like Dan Quinn as far as a been there, done that type of coach, right? But yeah, so Thomas Brown, he's just the running back coach for the Rams. Sean McVay, he's highly respected by Sean McVay. But the thing with Thomas Brown, he is too young. I mean, I know people want to see like a young coach be the head coach for this team, and let him grow with the team. But we've already tried that. We've tried that with Adam Gase. We've tried that with Brian Flores, and it hasn't worked. Obviously, they got rid of Adam Gase in 4 years. They get rid of Brian Flores in 3 years. So we don't need to see a young coach grow with this team because we don't have the patience to even wait for him to develop into a good head coach. I mean, dang, we don't have patience to have a quarterback develop, So, I mean, we're not going to wait here and wait for a coach to develop. So, I think he's about 4 or 5 years away from actually being a good, legit head coaching candidate. But the thing that's kind of concerning to me as a Dolphin fan are the people that aren't on this list. Like, we haven't heard them trying to schedule an interview with like Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson would be a legit head coach for this Miami Dolphins. He's been to the Super Bowl. He puts together a great staff. He is in the Andy Reid coaching tree, which is probably the most successful coaching tree in this league right now. So I just don't understand why we're not even requesting an interview with him. He's not a head coach right now. As Stephen Ross, I mean, I feel like he's getting old. He wants to win a Super Bowl before he's gone. So he's trying to do anything and everything to bring continuity to this team and win. He's not doing the right thing by not trying to go after a proven coach like a Doug Peterson. I know the fallout in Philadelphia was he lost the locker room or because he wasn't supporting Carson Wentz, but the Eagles organization didn't either. They shipped him out the following year to the Colts. So, I mean, Doug Peterson was right the whole time. It's kind of like our situation where Flores could be right about Tua, but we still push him out the door. I'm sure he would have not left if the organization said, okay, we're going to go after your guy and we'll get rid of him. But they chose the quarterback, so this is the position we're in. So why not go get a guy that's a true quarterback guru in Doug Peterson? He's backed up Dan Marino in the NFL. They have that relationship. So for us not to even have an interview with him is kind of concerning right now. As well as, I'm sure you guys have heard all the reports about Jim Harbaugh. Their strong interest in supposedly if the Raiders offer him the head coaching position that he would accept it. If that's true, if that report's true, why isn't Stephen Ross calling or getting on a plane to Ann Arbor or his private jet and just going to have a sit-down talk with Jim Harbaugh? He's so close with them. He wanted Jim Harbaugh, like 10 years ago whenever Tony Sparano was the coach, and they tried to go get Jim Harbaugh, but he didn't go to us, and then we signed Sparano to a contract extension after, even though that was a horrible look for the organization. So you try to go after him then, and now you're saying that Michigan has a good coach there, and he doesn't want to mess it up because he is an alumni and contributes all this money to the Michigan football team. Like, are you owning who's your interest here? I thought you wanted to win a Super Bowl. If you think Jim Harbaugh gives us the best chance to win a Super Bowl, why aren't you going after him? I thought you wanted to do anything and everything to see Miami hoist the Lombardi Trophy before you pass or before you leave this organization. So for you to have more loyalty to Michigan than your own team that you're owning, it's kind of, I mean, that's where all the, no wonder we haven't been good in 20 plus years, because we have an owner that cares more about outside teams than his own team, right? So I hope that's not true. I hope that that's all. I hope it's all red flag just to throw people off the trail. I hope that we're going to end up interviewing him or taking him away from the Raiders if no one hears anything and then he just wakes up one day and he's our new coach. I hope they have something in the works. I mean, we all know that Michigan played in South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium for that college playoff game. I mean, hopefully they talked then. Maybe that's why Flores was gone so quick. But it doesn't seem like it just by all the reports, unless they're all smoke screens, like I said. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But the only thing I'm gonna leave you guys with this is that I'm hoping next week there's gonna be other like bigger names that interview with us. As far as I'm not saying this guys that already interviewed with us aren't good. Like I'm saying, I've discussed them in this stream about all the different types of guys we're interviewing this week. But I want to see more prove-it coaches on there. I want to see more coaches that have a background in building a staff because that's the only way we're going to get better, man. We can't downgrade the coaching position just because you didn't like the guy. We're going to have to upgrade. And we just got to hope that the Dolphins organization will finally get it right. They'll be the first time they're right in 20-plus years. So, I mean, as fans, we're all going to hold out hope. We're going to hope that he brings in the right guy and then we have successful 20-plus seasons after this, But we're just going to have to wait and see, guys. But that's going to do it for me today. I will be back. Today's Thursday. I'll be back on either Sunday or Monday, just depending. And if anything breaking news happens, I'll definitely jump on and inform you guys what's going on if we get any breaking news before then. But other than that, guys, I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks for the continued support. If you guys can just hit that like button and make sure for the new people watching this, if you want to hit the subscribe button just to show your support. Nothing will happen. Don't worry. You hit the subscribe button. You decide not to. You don't like the content anymore. You can always unsubscribe, but it's not gonna. It cost you anything to hit the subscribe button, guys. So we can help grow this channel organically and get more. Get more content for this channel. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys either Sunday or Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. I'm out. Peace. Fins up.